Hey man, are you videoing this on the GoPro Hero 7 Black?
I'm not yet, dude, but I will be in a second, dude.
Man, that's weird. I think that's what I got.
4K.
We're videoing the same thing with the same camera.
Yeah, buddy.
Man, we're in the high dollar shit now, man. We are fucking full-time YouTubers now.
Well, yeah.
About to make money at this shit and everything. I'm not 9 feet tall.
Well, why not? That was not at all what I was trying to do.
It didn't fall. Ooh, I'm tired. I didn't get enough sleep last night. Anyhow, we've got a lot accomplished here. I think today's gonna be the day where we actually fire this puppy up. See how everything's going. So the only thing left to do is hook up the fuel line, put the battery in, fill the radiator, and I gotta finish putting the exhaust on here. And then hopefully I didn't miss anything, because I'd hate to see oil like spewing out of somewhere, or actually I don't want anything to go wrong. I want this to be perfect. So hopefully it will be. I'm gonna get under here and get this exhaust knocked out, and I'll get back with y'all. Yeah, I'm nervous. We're about to do this. You know it won't get there.
Yeah.
Ready? Well. So it was definitely, that battery is, that says it's fully charged. This one is right now.
Not gonna lie, when mine first went to fire off, there was a lot of compression on that son of a bitch, man. There was a lot to do it. But yeah.
popping up. This
Melting something?
must be.
Or is there a sensor down there that's being melted? Or
I'm trying to see.
yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to think of everything that. Okay.
Oil pressure sensor seems fine. Where it's dripping, I just saw it drip again, so yeah, it doesn't look like rubber or plastic.
Get the fire extinguisher out here.
Looks like the damn protective jacket thing that I bought is what's melting. But that's the only spot it's doing it in. Or is it? No, it's melting right here. Right to the header.
Jesus Christ. Oh, gosh, bro, this looks whatever. It's gonna be hot. What do you need? Gloves?
I mean, I need to figure out what's melting.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the only thing I need to figure out.
I wondered if it's spark plug boots inside the sleeve, so melting inside and dripping
No,
out.
it's not this sleeve. Let me see how I did just put that part first.
Well, I think I've got a Bosch Platinum floating around here somewhere.
That decently like it was.
That's just because you got so much, the idle set so high right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, good point. We shut it off. A bunch of fuel flowing through it. The headers already look gold instead of silver. They got some heat in them. Oh shit, I got a drip somewhere. Got water dripping out.
Lower hose. Out around the hose. The hose patch is just not on the hose.
Yeah.
It's slid down. That's all it is. There's your Bosch plug right there.
Alright, so that'll have to be addressed.
That's all it is, though.
But this fucking shit over here, it looks like the whole sensor thing there.
The plastic hoop around it?
No, it looks like it may be leaking oil. There's oil dripping down in the header, but the oil flame. Yeah, it gives it a little
When it gets hot enough, it's got a flame for it. Yeah, step outside, there's a lot of heat right now.
Yeah, it looks like it might be that fucking pressure sensor just leaking on it. That's gonna suck to get tighter. Oh, y'all are still here. So it fired up. Sounded really good. I think I may have a little bit of an exhaust leak. I hope I have a little bit of an exhaust leak. If not, then I have a little bit of a lifter tap. Both easy fixes. Easy. I had a little bit of a fire. I guess y'all saw that. You probably actually saw that before I did. If that part of it made it in there. It's oil sending unit that's right next to the oil filter. It's dripping on the header. And yeah, flash fire. But otherwise, I've got a water leak over here, bottom radiator hose. The clamp wasn't on good enough. But it sounded good. Ran good, had good oil pressure. I didn't hear any knocking. Didn't hear any like catastrophic noises up top. Man, it sounded good. I can't wait to hear it just sit here and idle. But yeah, that's where we're at. I'm gonna let it cool down and take care of those few issues and then fire it back up. Battery's being a booger. I guess y'all may have seen that where I basically had to use the charger to get it to crank up. That battery is just shot because the old alternator gave it too much juice. Alright, well, the last problem I'm dealing with is the fact that the oil sending unit that goes right next to the oil filter is passing oil through it. So the actual sensor itself is leaking and squirting oil out. So I'm just going to put a plug in it for now to get the cam broke in and hope that that works and I don't have oil spewing out of it. So we'll get back to you here in a little while. Well, I've been at it for a few hours now trying to figure out this overheating issue I'm having. Got everything else worked out. Just haven't been able to run it long enough to get the cam broken in because it keeps overheating, and I don't know if it's just the temp sensor being on top showing a higher reading than it should, but I don't really suspect that because it's a brand new sensor. But we all heard the stories about how even the new stuff nowadays doesn't work. I just don't know what I'm going to do at this point. I think I'm just going to have to sit here for a little while and think about it and maybe come back to it later because I am wore out with the day. I've been at it since 8 o'clock in the morning and it is probably approaching 7, yeah, 6:46. So I'm out of here for the day, but you guys take it easy. Maybe I'll have it running. All right, well, here's a Project Pennyworth update. Got the motor in. I've actually driven the truck a few times. We're having temp issues because I tried 2 different thermostats, neither of them would open up, so I ran it without one for a little while. Of course, that's not good for the engine and you can't really tune it, so I put one back in it and put another gauge on. Turns out it was actually the temp sending unit the entire time, or something going on with the wire I haven't discovered yet. I'm in the middle of investigating that now, but I've now got it getting to operating temperature and staying where it needs to, so it could be tuned. But I started out with a lot of exhaust gasket issues. I even bought the really nice Taylor never leak gaskets that were like 40 bucks. They did not work for my application. You might have had good luck with them. I definitely did not. So went ahead and tried some copper RTV with those gaskets. That's not really holding well. Well, oddly enough, the side that wasn't leaking at first is now leaking, and the side that was leaking before is not leaking. So we'll keep trying that. That's not a big deal. We'll eventually get it to seal. Probably put the gaskets that came with the headers on and do the RTV on both sides, and maybe that'll work. I may also be over tightening them. I didn't use a torque wrench. I know they're only 20 foot-pounds. I just, gave it an oomph, and I think I may have given it too much oomph. Beyond that, I think I've got some valve train noise that needs to be addressed on the passenger side. On the driver's side. I went ahead and redid the passenger side because there was some definite noise there. It's not there anymore, and I think I'm hearing a little bit of lifter tap around number 1. So I'm going to investigate that tomorrow. I've got to let the engine cool down. Today I've been over here trying to get it to hold temp properly, and we've got that settled now. Beyond that, there's always going to be some little issues, especially in an environment like this. I mean, I've been doing this for several months now. I've got stuff scattered all over the place, which of course is completely my fault, but it does get in the way of grabbing stuff when you need it and having it right on hand, because I have to look for stuff, so it might take me a little longer to do this. Again, my fault. But beyond that, there's always going to be some kind of issue when you're doing any kind of new project like this. Taking everything out from under the hood and replacing it either with something new or something that you've had off and refurbished. So I'll eventually get it. That's a little update for now. I've already got that one video of it idling online, and it does sound good, and it definitely picked up power with this engine. I'd say it's easily twice as powerful as it was before. Also, the torque converter locks up, so I know the solenoid works, but it's also locking up before it should. Something's going on either with the vacuum switch. On these, they'll actually lock up in 3rd and 4th, which I don't necessarily care for. Probably just going to go with an aftermarket unit. The far as the control for it. They're relatively cheap, and then you just lock it up and forth. Or I may just use GM parts and fabric cobble something together cheaper, and actually probably have better results from what I've heard. So that'll be something else in the future that's going on. But for right now, we're just messing around until we get everything where it needs to be. So I'll get y'all an update once it's actually running well enough to go out and rip on it some and see how it really feels. But until then, you guys hang tight. We'll see you soon.